But one day, I had been out of town wrangling my dad, who, of course, is also widowed. He lived about an hour away, and we had had a long list of things to do. We'd gotten a lot done, but I had to get back because of cats. But I was beat, and I looked it. And so all I wanted to do was kind of slide in the little back door and grab me some food to go, get to my room, kick off my shoes, catch up with my cats, and end my day. But when I came around the corner, there was a gal standing there who was obviously doing what I was getting ready to do. But there were also 3 guys sitting on stools just past her at the counter, and you could just tell there was something going on in the room. And so as I walked up, she kind of turned at my approach, and I just looked at her and mouthed the word, "What?" Well, she just kind of gave me a lopsided grin. Her food came right then. She grabbed it, made her escape. I stepped up, and I was fresh meat. Guy in the middle looked over at me and said, "So, what's your name?" Well, I'd had just enough time to size up the situation, so I gave him the only possible answer I could. I said, "Tiffany." Well, his 2 buddies just started howling, too. He never missed a beat. He goes, "Okay, Tiffany, I want to ask you a question. Who wrote Forrest Gump?" Well, I thought about it for a second. And then he said, "I ask everybody the question and nobody knows." And I'm thinking, I know. Everybody should know. Everybody knows who wrote Forrest Gump. And then I realized I didn't have a clue. And so I stammered around there, and I finally said, "I don't know. I can't believe it, but I don't have any idea." He said, "Exactly. Nobody knows. Nobody ever knows." He said, "These guys and I travel together a lot. We eat out a lot. And I always ask all the servers, and I tell them, dinner's on me if they ever know. But nobody knows who wrote Forrest Gump." And then he leaned up out of his chair, and he stuck out his hand, and he said, "My name is Winston Groom. I wrote Forrest Gump." Now, freeze that conversation for just a second so I can tell you. As soon as I could, I Googled the author of Forrest Gump. And then I Googled a picture of Winston Groom, and then I made the desk clerk confirm for me that Winston Groom had, in fact, checked into the right place. But he's just barreling out. He's like, "It's the oddest thing to me." He said, "I have written many things in my career, works far more scholarly than Forrest Gump. And yet, that is the one thing that everybody recognizes, but nobody knows who wrote it." And he finally took a breath, and I said, "I wrote a book once." And he goes, "You did?" I said, "I did. And it's been read by, I don't know, maybe 15 or 20 people." But you know what? That's not what matters. And who wrote it's not what matters either. What matters is that what you write is helpful to somebody in some way. And then he said, and I think he meant it, "You might be right." And right then his buddies started making motions about dinner reservations popping up, and they started getting ready to leave. But not before, as bad as I looked, I had one of them take a picture of me with Winston Groom. Now keep in mind, all this happened probably 4 months before all of this book business became book business. But after that did start developing, it occurred to me that my publisher might think it's pretty cool to have a picture of one of their authors with their arm draped across the shoulder of the author of Forrest Gump. But I didn't want to post that picture without his permission. And so I Googled around and found a way to send him a message. And when he never answered, I started to get indignant, and then I thought one day, well, you know, he does think your name's Tiffany.